What's up, YouTube? That's your boy, Hula. And I'd like to say thank you for checking out my channel. And if you will, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me out. Help your boy out. This is a new YouTube channel. And let me give you a little history about why I want to do this. Uh, Number one, I guess, I've told stories, sitting around uh, some of my friends, my family members or whatever. And everybody's like, damn, bro, you need to write a book, you need to do this, that, and whatever. And like, man, you tell stories so well, you know. And so I never really gave it a thought until recently, the last couple of years, and I've tried to do it on YouTube, or not YouTube, excuse me. I've tried to do it on Facebook, TikTok, stuff like that. Next thing you know, you catch a V for it. You catch a community violation, this, that, and the third. So maybe this is a proper platform for me to do this on. And hopefully, you guys, will enjoy my content and give me a sub. So anyway, let's get into it. This first episode, I guess, will be titled 1979. I had to adjust my camera there for a minute. It always looks like I'm looking down like this. And if you guys, whoever stumbles across this, you give me some suggestions on what I can do to improve my quality of my video and even to improve my content. So in the meantime, a little bit leading up to this particular day, which I don't even remember the day, what it was. I do remember it was 1979, and but anyway, I grew up right off of, I guess what it is, 89th, and that's what we used to call the border, between Western and Van Ness, hence the name of the channel, Western Avenue Chronicles. In the meantime, in between 89th and 91st, between Van Ness and Western. All right. So 1979, how old was I in 79? Like 7, 8 years old. And me, you're going to hear a lot of stories. You're going to hear these names a lot. So let me go ahead and drop them off the first episode. So you got me, that's Little Jelly Roll. Then you got, which my name changed as, but everybody's always known me as Little Jelly Roll. Even though my name changed, my gang name changed. Everybody always still call me Little Roll. Or they call me my nickname that my parents called me, that my parents gave me. We all knew each other, man. Anyway, all my close homies did anyway. So you have me, you got Baby Mouse, aka Baby D-Mac, Little June Bug, Baby June Bug, Scarecrow, we call him Shitty though. Scarecrow, what was that, Little Scarecrow. Who else was there? And then Popcorn. I don't even think Vulture started kicking it yet. I don't even think Vulture was coming around the corner yet. Cricket. I don't know if he was there that day, Little Cricket. I don't even know if he was there that day or not. That this story's going to happen. Uh, that the day this story happened, I can't remember if Little Cricket was there or not. But anyway, and then we have some more names that's going to come into it later on, like Little Rat Face, Little Ross, Little Nina Ross. Uh, anyway, we'll get to it. In the meantime, 1979. And back in the day, everybody had a bicycle for the most part. We grew up in basically a middle class neighborhood. Not too many at that time. Not too many Latinos was there, and I think we had. Let's see, we had one, two, three, one, two, three, maybe four white people still left after the Watts riots. You know, the Watts riots in 1965. So most of the white people had already moved out of my neighborhood by the time my sister was born. Which was 19. I think she was born in 1965. I think. In the meantime, uh, so I had me a little orange Huffy with the banana seat. Everybody had the same damn bike. Seemed like only bikes back then was Huffies and Swins. You know, and niggas in the hood couldn't afford no Swins. So, or either their parents wasn't gonna buy them one. So everybody had the little Huffy with the orange bikes, the orange Huffies, or the yellow Huffies with the banana seat and the big old ape hangers, what we used to call the sissy bars. No disrespect to nobody, but that's just what they call the little sissy bars. Had the big dip in it, like that. Anyway, and so we used to love to jump on Saturday mornings. Everybody wake up, cuz. Everybody wake up, do their little chores, whatever they had, their parents had them do, and eat their breakfast, whatever. Next thing you know, everybody watch cartoons, and then we watch Kung Fu Theater at like at 12 o'clock. Everybody watch Kung Fu Theater, and after Theater, everybody come outside. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon, and everybody come outside, right? So we gonna set the ramp up. We are, man, that damn piece of plywood we had in the hood, man, as kids, it must have been, God only knows how old that same piece of plywood was. I don't know how long it lasted before that motherfucker broke. But we had about 4 cinder blocks, man. I don't even know where the hell we got them cinder blocks from. We probably got them out one of the homies' backyards or some shit. Niggas pops at it, or I don't know. Man, see, that's the thing, man. Everybody back then, I think only 2 of my homies grew up without the dad in their house. Everybody had the black family, the nuclear family was intact still, for the most part, because crack hadn't hit. Crack fucked everything up. But anyway, in the meantime, so we all setting the ramp up down there by scarecrows out, by little scarecrows out. And then, so we sitting down there jumping the bikes, right? Trying to see who get the highest or who can jump the farthest, shit like that, And we all was between the ages of about 7 and 10 years old. Most of my homies was older than me, I think. I think only Lil June was younger than me. And, and K-Mac from 60s. Baby K-Mac from 60s. That nigga was still young. He lived over in the hood. He lived in our neighborhood. And I don't know how that shit happened. But in the meantime, that nigga was too young. He couldn't even come outside. Baby Q-Bone hadn't even moved over to the house, to the neighborhood yet. So, like I say, most of my homies was young, older than me by 2 or 3 years. So, in the meantime, we all jumping our bikes, jumping the ramps and shit like that, drinking dirty ass water out the water hose, all that shit. If you're old enough, you know. And in the meantime, next thing you know, we see Cuz. You see this nigga come running up Ruth Ellen place. So I lived on Ruth Ellen Street. This nigga come running up Ruth Ellen Place, man, hauling ass, just getting it, getting it, you know. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? We all stopped riding our bikes. That shit was interesting. I'm like, what the fuck? We ain't never seen no shit like that before. And next thing you know, man, goes out about 4, 5, 6 motherfuckers chasing him, right? Cuz come running up the street. And as he got closer, we could see that was the homie Omar. We all knew Omar. Omar, you know, that nigga's about 10 years older than us. And Cuz was probably about 17, 18, 19, something like that at the time. Nobody really fucked with Omar. And next thing you know, none of the young niggas anyway, we never fucked with Omar. And next thing you know, man, Cuz he come up the street running, had them 4, 5, 6 cats after him, right? The nigga ran right past his house. Cuz ran right past his house. And got up to about the middle of the block where Lil John lived. And the nigga turned around. And I guess he had about 4 or 5 houses, 6 house head start, you know, gap on, man. So I guess what? Maybe 50, 60 feet, I don't know, 100 feet gap between the dudes that was chasing him and himself, you know. So the nigga turned around and you start yelling at the niggas, man. He was like, fuck y'all niggas, you know, and he was dissing 83rd Street. Now this channel, I'm gonna try to keep it clean. Every now and then I might slip, so any rival gangs or anything like that, man, don't take it personal. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, you know. But I'm gonna try to keep it clean. I'm gonna try to keep, when I refer to Bloods, when I refer to enemy Crips, I'm gonna try to keep it all kosher and above board, because this is for educational purposes, history purposes, and just entertainment value. You know, it's nothing to do with trying to spark off some goddamn, you know what I'm saying, some bullshit. You know, too old for that shit, nigga. I'm 50 years old, like C-Mac say, nigga. Nifty 50, nigga. So anyway, Cuz turned around, you know, and he was doing the, you know, doing the hand signs and blah blah bam, you know, he's like bam, 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 you know, all that shit. Cuz, you know, fuck this, you know, fuck 83rd Street. He was saying this and fuck that and blah blah blah. And then the dudes from 83rd Street, which I had no idea, man. I didn't know what the fuck this was. Like I say, I was about 7, 8 years old. This shit was just like I'm watching a goddamn Steven Spielberg movie, just, or I don't know, some crazy shit just transpired right in front of my ass, right? So next thing you know, man, this nigga's behind him. It's like, you know, they were saying fuck the hood and this, that, and third. Man, we gonna beat your ass and blah blah blah. Nigga was like, Omar was like, y'all want to fuck with me, nigga? Y'all want to fuck with me? Take it up to the park. Take it up to the park. Nigga, follow me to the park. At the time, I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. But he was talking about Sportsman's Park. That was before they changed the name to Jesse Owens, right? That's where all the 9-0s kicked. That's where all, you know, in the 83rd Streets, more or less, it was like an ongoing battle for the 9-0s and the 83rds, man, to control that St. Andrews Park. That was right there off 89th Street in St. Andrews, right there by the corner where we was jumping the ramp up. So anyway, next thing you know, man, the 83rds didn't even want it. I guess they didn't want the smoke. No disrespect to the 83rd Streets, but at that time, they didn't want the smoke. They didn't want to walk all the way through our neighborhood, and chase him all the way through that neighborhood, all the way up to St. Andrews Park, right? So the niggas turned around, started going back toward the park, going back where they came from, wherever that was. So the homie Omar come walking back toward us. Because reaching his pocket, he pulled out a pack of humps. For all y'all niggas that don't know, humps is non-filtered camels. Call them humps on the streets. Cuz pulled out a hump. Lit that bitch up and started smoking. You know, like, hey, cuz, hey, niggas, y'all seen that shit? And we was like, yeah, man, damn, that was crazy, blah, 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 you know. And we like, what they was chasing you for? What they was chasing you for, Omar? What they was chasing you for? And he was like, man, it's just a neighborhood I live in, man. It's just a neighborhood y'all live in. The motherfuckers come over here, man, they'll beat your ass. They'll do this, they'll do that to you, blah, blah, blah. They'll fuck you up just because you live over here. You'll see when y'all niggas get older, you know. Yeah. He was like, why they gonna beat you up? You know, what you do to them or something. You know, man, they just don't like me because I live over here. Yeah. You know, and even at that age, because I was young enough, I was young and stupid still. I was just a kid, but I knew it was more to it than that shit. Niggas just don't like you and chase you and beat your ass down just because you live in a house. You know what I'm saying? So I thought at that time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was like, man, I'm from 9-0 Gangsta Crip. Bam, you know, and he was like, bam, bam, you know, he threw the shit up. 9-0 Gangsta Crip. What the hell is that? And I didn't know, you know. I mean, what the fuck is that? And man, it's a gang. It's a gang, man. We all together, man. And, you know, and we defend this neighborhood from them niggas. And, and Bloods too. And I didn't even know what the fuck a blood was. I didn't even know shit. What the fuck is a blood? And so cuz give me a little class. He gave us all a little class. And he was like, man, y'all will see when y'all get older. Y'all gonna be from the hood too. Or you like y'all gonna see from the hood too. Nigga, I don't fuck that shit, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And so sitting there bullshitting with Omar for a minute, and he explained to me what a 9-0 Gangsta Crip was in 1979. That's my little pit bull right there, little pit bull, probably female, little small ass, fucking sweetie. Anyway, my big one right up under my feet right here, Booger Bear. But anyway, I put his head on my foot. But anyway, and he was like, man, and them niggas over there, they from A-Trey Gangsta Crip. You know, A-Trey Gangsta. What the fuck is A-Trey Gangsta? And he's like, Trey means three, you know, like in Spanish, like, or Trey, you know, and yeah, I don't know what the fuck that nigga told me. I can't remember really. But he let me know that was 83rd Street, you know what I mean? You know, whatever. Cool. You know, I hope that shit works out for you, cuz, you know. And I didn't know what to tell that nigga. Man. So, and I want you to explain something to the audience here to make come across this. At that particular time in history, now, side note, at this particular time in history, from what I remember anyway, Crips wasn't all what you see now. You know, when you see them on the news, you see them on social media, you know, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't that way, you know. And Crips back then, man, they wore what we call crocus sacks for shoes. Most of the time they wore Levi's, like 501s, creased up, man, like a half a can of starch on them motherfuckers, girl. And motherfuckers stand up in the corner by themselves, you know what I'm saying? At attention and shit, locked up. And white t-shirts. We used to call them Crip jackets, man. Like, I don't know. I probably have to Google them motherfuckers, man, and take some shots and upload them, man. Make some thumbnails out of this shit so you know what I'm talking about. But in the meantime, it wasn't all just true blue shoestrings, blue belts, blue hats, blue this, blue that. No, it wasn't like that, you know. And the niggas wore caps, man, with cross golf clubs. You know, had the cross golf clubs on the front of the hat like that, with the old circle on it, with the circle golf ball in the middle. Motherfuckers was tight, man. That's throwback shit for real, cuz. And anyway, but that's what that nigga had on. And then we used to call them brownies, guys. Back in the day, the nigga had some little brown gloves. Come to find out, these was Dickie gloves. And like Dickie work gloves. You can get them at Western Surplus right there on Manchester and Western back in the day. But anyway, so that's what he had on, and I was just checking this nigga out while he was giving me the class, right? And I'm like, man, this nigga's clean, man. This nigga's clean, man. And he just walked different. He had a little swag to him. He had a little dip to him when he walked, cuz. And, you know, and really the pants wasn't all sagging and shit like I don't know where that say. I mean, I do, but I don't know how that shit got adapted in the gang code. Well, I guess it got adapted in the gang culture through the county jails and shit like that. I guess I ain't fucking man, whatever, guys. In the meantime, because was at that time, that's before niggas was getting seed up. Before niggas was getting trued up, niggas was getting flamed up. And I don't even know how Bloods was dressing back then, but that's what Crips was wearing back in the day, man. And so that's how I got introduced to what a 9-0 gangster Crip was. That's the big homie Omar, God rest his soul. And God died, man. I want to say around 1981, maybe 1982. And, yeah, we'll tell you about that in another episode of the Western Avenue Chronicles. So, anyway, cuz sat there 15, 20 minutes, smoked a cigarette, fucked with us, probably slap box with us a little bit, testing their hands and shit, even back then. Like, and after it was all said and done, I think cuz went in the house. And we got to talking amongst ourselves, about how crazy that shit was. And, man, don't fuck with Omar, man. That's all our little young man. Don't fuck with Omar, man. Omar beat you up, man. Omar can fight. And Omar can do this. And Omar can do that, man. That nigga was like Superman, back in the day. Man, to little niggas like us, the nigga was like Superman. And the nigga was just cool. The way he talked, the way he walked, the way he dressed, And so I didn't know what it. And then the thing is, cuz on Hood, the nigga was the Matrix gangsters. All them niggas was dressed more or less the same way, and so I was like, man, what the fuck? All these niggas, man, they just little yellow nigga like me. Cuz I was mesmerized by these niggas. I'm just fascinated by these niggas. And so I didn't know what a Crip was, but I found out that day, 1979. And all I knew then was I just wanted to be one. I wanted to be like Omar, or I wanted to be like these niggas, I didn't know how to do it or where to do it, where to fill out the application. I didn't know how to get hired or none of that kind of shit there. But I just knew I wanted to be one, So that's how I found out what a Crip was, ladies and gentlemen. My first introduction to a Crip. First Crip I ever met in my life, big homie Omar. So next thing you know, everything's everything. And I think it was at about that time that shit happened. It was close to school letting out, right? School letting out. It's going to be summertime. It's just funny what you can remember, man, when you get to talking about this shit in detail. So maybe a couple of weeks go by, a month go by, right? School lets out. So all the homies now, all the homies, all the little hood rat niggas. We was all like that little nigga on front, like Chris on Fridays, running around knocking niggas' trash cans over and shit. Just little menaces to society, girl. And little badass niggas cruising the neighborhood on Huffies and shit. Well, next thing you know, school let out, summertime comes. One day, I wish I knew this nigga's real name, because I'd like to read what happened to him for real. Because I never did find out what happened to this nigga. And next thing you know, woke up one morning, I don't know, the school was out, so it might have been during the week, it might have been the weekend, I don't know, I don't give a fuck. That ain't the point of the story. I woke up, ate my breakfast, did my little chores and shit, fed the dog, took out the trash, little shit like that. The standard shit. I'm going to the garage, man, and go get my bike. I'm about to go down there. Standard procedure, cuz for little niggas in the hood. It's gonna jump on bikes and shit. Go set the ramp up and jump the bikes. And I came out of my driveway, right? And I looked down to the right, down there where the park was. That's where we was gonna set the ramp up. First time I ever seen crime scene tape. Fucking yellow and shit. Big ass square. Yellow down there. 3-4 police cars down there. And the bird wasn't flying. Niggas called the helicopter the ghetto bird, but the bird wasn't even flying. LAPD had the motherfuckers back then. But it wasn't flying over there. This wasn't no, yeah. I didn't see no police helicopters, no news cameras, none of that shit. I didn't know what the fucking police was doing. Ain't none of my goddamn business. I learned that shit early in the hood, cuz you mind your own motherfucking business. You don't ask no questions, just you see and don't see, you hear and don't hear. And you never say a motherfucking thing that ain't got shit to do with you. I learned that real early. I learned that before I even started back. Yeah, on hood. Yeah, you mind your motherfucking business, cuz. And anyway, go down there to go set the ramp up, man. I think Crow was already outside. A couple of homies was already outside. Go to set the ramp up, man. Motherfucking police right there. And like, hey kid, they was talking to us, These niggas was 77 precinct. Goddamn, one of the most corrupt fucking police organizations in the motherfucking country. But in the meantime, like, hey kid, we come over there and he was like, yeah, what's up? Did you see what happened and this and that? I mean, shit, nigga, we don't know nothing about what happened. And we start paying attention because they got a sheet over a nigga. You can see the red from the nigga's blood, right? I guess coming through the sheets, soaked through the sheets and shit. And I'm like, nah, man, we ain't saying what happened. Man, fuck that. Man. They was like, how about you? How about you? You know, it's like two or three of us out there. And nobody's saying nothing, right? You know, we was kids. You know, it was like, y'all didn't hear nothing last night. Y'all didn't hear no gunshots. Y'all didn't hear this. Y'all didn't hear that. Nobody screaming or running or. I'm like, nah, man, we ain't heard shit. You know. You know, shit, nigga, I still had a motherfucking bedtime. Nigga, I had to be in the bed at 9 o'clock. You know, shit, most of my homies had to be in the bed between 8 and 9 o'clock. Nigga, there's shit. But all right, then. Uh, if you can think of anything or this, that, or the other, you know, y'all come down there and let me know now. Don't be scared. You know, shit, fuck the police. I ain't worried about that shit. Anyway, sorry what happened to that young man. Never knew what happened to him. But anyway, come to find out there was a dead body under that sheet, of course. You know, ladies and gentlemen, y'all figure that shit out. At that time, though, I still hadn't seen my first dead body yet. That's it. It was coming. It was coming. So, police say, y'all take it down the street. Clear my crime scene. They was on that clear my crime scene shit way back in the day. You know, preserve the crime scene shit. Which now that I'm an old man, I understand what those, you know, niggas got a job to do. So we go up in the middle of the block, maybe down to the other corner or some shit. We took all the board, the bricks, and all that shit down there somewhere else. Started jumping on bikes down there. But the police cleaned that shit up, right? Cleaned cuz up. Well, after everything was all said and done, this nigga, a couple days go by, maybe a week, out of sight, out of mind. That nigga gave the young man under the sheet too much thought. And guess who we see one day? The nigga pulled up in the car, cuz jumped out the car. Somebody jumped out the car and blah, blah, blah. It was Omar. The nigga get out the car. What's up, niggas with that 9-0 gangster like? Right. What's up, Omar? What's up, man? You know, he'll come over there. Back then, niggas was giving each other fives still, you know, and shit like that. You know, when they seen niggas wasn't pounding, bumping fists and doing all that secret handshake shit. Niggas like, man, slide nigga skin back in the 70s, girl. And so he was sitting there and like, man, fucking with us, right? Like, let me see y'all niggas jump, man. Which one of y'all niggas jump the highest? Which one of y'all niggas can do a fishtail and all that kind of shit? You know, there's tricks on your bike and shit like that. We trying to show out for that big nigga, right? The next thing you know, I think one of the homies asked that nigga and was like, hey, Omar, you hear about that dead body they found over there, cuz? Uh, well, we wasn't even saying cuz like that, or maybe we was. We were just trying to be that nigga. We were just trying to use words like that. That's how that shit start, you know? And like, man, you heard about that dead body, cuz? Over there, they found it right there at the park. That nigga was like, yeah. So that nigga was a blood. some blood. He was like, nigga, them niggas is the enemies. Them niggas is the enemigos. They weren't even saying that word right there. That came along in the late 80s, I guess. But he was like, man, them niggas the enemigo. He was like, that's the enemy, man. They live over there on the other side of Van Ness. Nigga, I couldn't ride my bike up that far. My mama, I get a whooping still if I rode my bike that far. It was only about 4 blocks from the house, though. That's how close I live to Blood neighborhood, about 4 blocks. I live 4 blocks from Blood neighborhood, and I live directly across the street from Enemy Gang neighborhood. So anyway, Carlos, check this out. And he was like, yeah, he said that nigga was a Blood. And he broke it down what the Bloods is, and he was like, man, we wear blue, you know. We learned that shit from the class a couple of weeks ago. And he was like, them niggas wear red over there. And he was like, man, them niggas come over here, they try to beat us up, they try to do this, they try to do that, yada yada. So he was like, damn, man. And he was like, you know, he was like, damn, just mesmerized. He was like, man, that nigga was dead up under the sheet and this and that. He wasn't moving or nothing and this and that. And he was like, Omar was like, so that nigga's Chili Redd. He from Chain Gang. Chain Gang. The fuck is Chain Gang? Like, they are enemies. They are enemies. And I think, man, looking back on in the day when I used to ride up, you know, up the street with my moms and my pops, which my pops didn't even, I nigga didn't leave the house too much. Moms did most of the errand running and the shopping and this and that. And I get to call with moms. I ride over in Inglewood. I see that shit spray painted on the wall, Chain Gang, you know. And I remember that shit, man. And now, when they actually turned Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods, I don't know, man. If y'all want to, one of y'all IFGs, man, y'all want to put that shit in the comment section, you know, just to elaborate on history or whatever. Elaborate on my story a little bit. That's cool. And it is what it is. Next thing you know, man, he was like, man, that nigga from Chain Gang. And I guess he got caught coming through the hood. He got caught slipping. And niggas wasn't even saying getting caught slipping then. Niggas getting caught out of bounds or nothing like that. You know, I can't remember exactly the terminology Omar used, but the nigga was, he was out of bounds. You know, he was out of, somebody called foul on that nigga. Somebody blew the whistle on that nigga. And killed the young man. Now, I don't know if it was the A-Tray gangsters that killed him. Some of my homies killed him or another. Hell, as far as I know, the nigga, I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. You know, all I know is the young man was deceased. I don't know how old he was. I don't know his real name. I don't know none of that, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, man. That's how I found out what a blood was. First blood ever seen in my first blood. These 2 eyes ever seen in my life was dead. And anyway, that's how I found out what a blood is. Now, the summer of 1979. After that, I guess. It was pretty uneventful, you know, when, in the grand scheme of things when it comes to this story here that I'm trying to tell you. And I don't think anything else happened in 89. Or excuse me, not 89. Shit, nigga, it was on a cracking nigga in 89. Niggas was pushing lines in 89. See, in 89, what was it, 17? Hell yeah, I was in that shit then. But now, 79. Yeah, 79. I ain't nothing cracked off. And I knew at that time, you know, because see, I still had friends, man. Because sometimes them niggas would come over, like the young kids. And I guess that might have been like the second generation later on, turned to maybe second, third generation A-Trade gangsters. We was all friends, man. We used to play football against each other in the park. We used to play baseball. Well, not really baseball. Them niggas was poor. Or, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Them niggas was underprivileged, cuz. Niggas didn't have no bats, no gloves and shit. Niggas be wanting to borrow our gloves and shit. Yeah, fuck that. Nigga ain't borrowing my shit, cuz. Anyway, but we play football against each other in the summertime, man. And so I don't even want to call it. I know these niggas' real names, man. These government names, and I don't even want to say no government names. I don't want to say. I ain't even give out the gang name. Half of them niggas, I don't even know what the fuck they turned around and called them niggas once they got courted on. And I avoided them niggas. We just knew, you know. But if I ever bumped into one of them niggas, because as I got older, by the time I was about 13, 14, 15, but if I bumped into them niggas, then, you know, they wouldn't trip, you know. Long as it was like a one-on-one kind of thing, maybe a two-on-one, you know, whatever, niggas wouldn't trip, man. We all knew each other, man. And that's the crazy thing about gang life, you know, especially growing up in Los Angeles, man. Niggas is packed on top of each other. Them gangs, them hoods, man, them neighborhoods, yeah, they're pretty close, you know. Now, when you get down into Compton and Watts and all that, I'm not really sure. You know, I never really kicked it down there too much, even though I had a couple of homies from some Compton sets. I had a couple of homies from some fucking, from Grape, you know, Grape Streets. I had a couple of homies from Watts, PJs, shit like that. What's that? I think it's Fudge Town or some shit like that down there. Fudge Town, Frog Town, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't even kick it down there like that because that shit was out of bounds for me. And it's a lot of bloods in Compton. I'm gonna tell you that now. A lot of bloods in Compton. Make a wrong fucking turn as a Crip, nigga, you gonna have a bad motherfucking day. That's all I can tell you. And so, in the meantime, man, like I say, summer of '79 wasn't too much else cracking. I just knew I wanted to be a Crip, and that's the thing, man. I didn't know if I wanted to be from that. Well, honestly, I don't know. To be truthful about it, I didn't know. I didn't know how to apply. I didn't know how to do. I didn't know the whole process of getting initiated. So I didn't know if I was going to be from A-Trade Gangster, or I didn't know. And that's the thing, living right down 89th Street, cuz you could have been from both. Because come to find out, later on in life, you know, I used to get caught slipping in A-Trade Gangster hood all the time. I got packed out by some A-Trade gangsters, you know, more than once. And nigga got running for his life. Just going over there, just walking like the Taco Bell right over there on Manchester. And what was that, like Manchester and Cimarron? I think that Taco Bell is. And then Duke's over there, like on Manchester and fucking Ruth Ellen Place. Nigga, man, Duke's had the best fucking hamburgers, guys, the floats and everything. Man, nigga couldn't even go. And that's the thing. I think I heard this Blood dude, you know, I'll be watching his channel. Shout out to Stoner from the town. And I think was from Fruittown Power Rules or something like that. But a very intelligent young man and a great storyteller. Shout out to you, Blake. And you kind of inspired me to do this. Listen to some of your stories, man. And I just hope I turn out to be a pretty good storyteller, such as yourself. Anyway, stay safe and keep your head up, King. In the meantime, when that Blood dude, he was like, man, I used to walk all over Compton. Matter of fact, I think I was watching that video for the second time this morning, like 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, the way he told that story. And he was like, man, well, that's one of the fucked up things about joining the gang. Because you have free roam of your neighborhood. You can walk anywhere when you're a civilian, for the most part. And especially back in the 70s, man, you can walk anywhere, man. Ride your bike anywhere. It was cool. It was cool in the motherfucker, man. You can go anywhere. Walk all up through Inglewood, and nigga, I used to walk to the Cubs. That's on neighborhood. That's on neighborhood grip, nigga. I used to walk from Manchester, from 89th and like Western, all the way up. Me and all them homies I was naming, man, like 50 cents, cuz we used to go see the movies on Manchester and Fifth Avenue in the heart of Inglewood family gangster blood hood, in the heart of fucking chain gang hood. We would walk and go catch the matinees for like 50 cents or a quarter or some shit like that. Niggas didn't have no money though, cuz we just fucking bogart that bitch, nigga. On neighborhood. We just walk in the motherfucking back door and what? And go in there, man. I remember seeing the movie Phantasm. Um, I think The Howling, when that old werewolf movie. I remember seeing that bitch at the theaters on Manchester and Fifth Avenue. Man, they used to call it the Fifth Avenue Cinemas or the Fifth Avenue fucking theater or some bullshit like that. For real, for real. Man, I'm thinking about that shit now, cuz that's yeah. Hmm. Niggas used to ride, walk up there, fuck ride. Niggas and bloods to steal your bike. But in the meantime, yeah, we used to walk. But we were civilians. And we'd just walk up there and go see movies and shit. And it was cool. We could sit there all day, man. And just sneaking in movies and shit. Them was the good old days. But that's the thing with the homie J Stone Root from Baru. And I was watching this video, and he was like, "That's one of the fucked up things that he didn't realize when he joined the gang." Because he was like, "Man, I used to walk all over Compton. I used to go to this store, that store. You know, I can do anything I wanted to do." And he was like, "Man, but once I joined the gang," he said, "Nigga, I got confined. It was like I was in jail on the fucking streets in a way. I mean, in a sense, and don't nothing compared to fucking jail, the penitentiary, nothing like that. But in a way, man, your movement is fucking restricted like a motherfucker. And so once I got courted on, I think that was for 83. I think that was the year of the gangster. That's what the Maitre Gangsters call it, 1983. Yeah. But I had started claiming that shit around 79, 80. But I was official, you know. I want to say it might have been eight. I can't even remember because it was about 82, 83. I think I'm just gonna say the year of the gangster because I can't even remember that far back. And but yeah, niggas movement get restricted in the motherfucker. I couldn't really go to the park no more, St. Andrews, not really. Uh, Nigga Dukes was off limits for cheeseburgers. Taco Bell was off limits. Fuck no, nigga, you ain't shit. Fuck no. Yeah, niggas have had so many shootouts between Dukes and goddamn fucking Taco Bell. I don't even want. Yeah. Mm-mm. Nigga get caught slipping right there in Thrifty drugstore. You fuck around on the wrong day, get caught slipping right there on 89th and fucking Western. You get fucking caught slipping in like a motherfucker, man. And niggas had the little snowball fucking the little snow cone shit right there. I want to say that shit was like on 85th place or some shit right there. Fucking the little snow cone place, right? Man, they had the little arcade games and shit. And niggas I got packed out in that bitch a couple times. Cause yeah. Anyway, and then Gino's Pizza right next down the street, like three buildings down. Gino's Pizza right there on Western. Mm-hmm. Nigga always had to sit by the back door, cause always, and by the fire escape, by the fire door, and so you can make a run for it, cause the niggas come in the front, you better shoot your ass out the back. You gonna have a bad day, being from 9-0, right over there. Yeah, you about 3-4 blocks deep into the hood. And then when the swap meet came, when they tore down, I don't know, they gutted Thrifties. That's before the riots, though. That's before the riot. When I say the riots, I mean the Rodney King riots. That's before the Rodney King riots. But they gutted that Thrifties. And then there was a fucking grocery store. I want to say it was Vons or some shit. I can't remember. But it was a fucking uh, thrifty drugstore and a fucking grocery store that was kind of half-ass connected together. They gutted that shit and turned it into a swap meet right there on 89th and fucking Western. And which we gonna get into that. Swap meet, yeah, swap meet chronicles. Fuck around, nigga, and get caught. And that was right across the street from my OG's house, from Big Jelly Roll's house. And man, there'd be 15, 20 of us all up in the backyard, up in the garage and shit. Oh, yeah, anyway, I don't want to give it away. And next thing you know, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Abimael Yahula. I really appreciate y'all listening to my story. And if you like this kind of content, which is going to get better, I guarantee you. I got some fucking stories. Man, which all real gang members do. And not that I'm trying to glorify gang banging, ladies and gentlemen. This is a goddamn disclaimer. This is on for real, for real. Y'all young kids, if y'all run across this shit, and I don't give a fuck if you in Los Angeles, New York, Baltimore, DC, goddamn Illinois, Chicago, motherfucking Miami, St. Louis, wherever, man. Yeah, man. Texas, Houston, fucking Fort Worth, shit like, man. Go to school, guys. Go to school. Get you a trade. And if you're an average nigga like me, yeah, I could run fast. I never outran a couple of police dogs. But I used to, when I was a little nigga, I used to run when I was a jit, cuz I used to run. Yeah, anyway. Had to run. They can make trades, fucking bloods, all kind of, yeah, anyway. Cuz, take y'all asses to school, man. And apply yourselves. Apply yourselves. And if you're an average nigga, don't get no sports fucking scholarships, and you don't get no academic scholarships, and shit like that, and whatever, man. Take your ass out and go learn you a trade, nigga. Go be a plumber, go be an electrician, a block mason, air conditioning man, I don't know, crane operator, anything, man. You make great money. Make great money, man. And working with your hands, cuz. Working with your hands. Make great money, man. 50, 60, $70,000, over $100,000 a year, something, depending on what you do and how often you work. So this gang banging shit, it ain't, yeah, for a nigga to volunteer for it. Some niggas can just, back in the day, that first, second generation shit, a lot of niggas was just born in the hood. And then next thing you know, niggas was from the hood, because you know everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if you gonna stand there with these niggas and hang out with these niggas, when the enamigos ride by and start popping on niggas, they don't know you from, OG such and such, or little such and such, OG, baby such and such. They don't know you like that. So if you gonna stand there in the middle of them niggas, yeah, straight bullet ain't got no name on it, cuz. So, yeah. A couple of kids in the hood. I'll tell you stories like a couple of kids in the hood that got popped. Little boy. I remember that shit, man. I'll tell you that story too. In the meantime, like I said, man, y'all take your asses to school, man. Be something that your mom and pops can be proud of. Your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle, your auntie, your older sisters, older brothers, whoever the fuck raising y'all niggas. Little bad motherfuckers. But in the meantime, man, I'm gonna be my own Yahuda. AKA Little Jelly Roll, neighborhood Crip Blood rolling 90s. I appreciate it. God bless y'all. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And like I said again, if you like this content, man, please give me a subscription, give me a sub, hit that bell, and let's make this channel do something. Peace. I love y'all.